Welcome back to NAB 2014 Live. It's the Teradek show. This is the final Teradek wrap-up show for NAB. It's kind of sad, it's ending. We've got one final raffle. We're going to get right to it. We've got Donna from Vitech here to help us out. We're going to shake it up. We're giving out a Sackler tripod. Close your eyes. A light panels light and a petrol bag. All awesome gifts. This lucky person's going to win. I'm so jealous. And it is Barry Anderson. Barry Anderson is the winner. Congratulations, Barry Anderson. You've won these amazing, amazing products. Thank you so much for playing and enjoying, and make some great film with that stuff. We've got such a great couch right now. First of all, Nickel Verheem from Teradek. He's the founder of Teradek. Of course, David Givens from Ustream. We're streaming live on Ustream. Ustream's amazing. And of course, from newsshooter.com, Dan Chung. I read that all the time. I get the updates, the emails. I'm always surprised with all the news you're breaking. I just don't know how you do it.
Neither do I. I have a great team. No, we have a great team. It's not just me. You know, Matt, Clinton, and the whole rest of the team. We couldn't do it without the volunteers that we have. Well,
you are phenomenal. You do a great job. We've all done a great broadcast here this year. The numbers are outrageous, and we've done some things that have never been done before. Closed captioning. We've done it in different languages. You know, we're really positioning for kind of the North America region, right? A little bit of, and Latin America. But this can be done in other ways, in other places, right?
Yeah, so what we wanted to do in the strategy has always been double or nothing. Way back we said, we started off in South Upper in a tiny little 10 by 20 booth in 2010, and we said, okay, we're going to do this again, but it's got to be twice as big. At the end of the next year we said, we're going to do this again, but it's got to be at least twice as big. So when you reach 220,000 viewers, how do you go double again? We said, okay, if we just focusing on North America, that's not going to cut it. We have to also bring Latin America into it. So what we're doing in real time is we're translating the show and then closed captioning it in Spanish, so that we also address, you know, all the other countries in this time zone. And the plan is for IBC, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to be broadcasting live from Amsterdam in English, but we'll also be translating into a lot of other European languages to really continue that community service aspect of the show.
It's really terrific. It's been phenomenal. I had people walking up to me saying, oh my God, it's going to be translated into Spanish this year. And it's not only Latin America, there are a lot of Spanish-speaking people in the United States and all over the world. So it really is a tremendous community service, and it's great. That's exciting about IBC.
You know, it's really been fantastic, and we've enjoyed supporting this broadcast, and Teradek makes it so wonderfully easy with all the great equipment that Teradek makes for people that need to stream. But Nicole, we have made a big, big problem for ourselves, because if we have to maintain this doubling thing every year, I just checked the numbers before I came up here on the couch. We have 680,000 people who've watched the show over the 4 days of NAB. How are we going to double that next year, Nicole?
It's almost 700 by now.
Yeah.
So,
so 1.4 we need next year.
I guess we're just going to have to loop in all of Europe.
We broke the pattern. We tripled it this year. So
we tripled it.
And these are unique users, right? They're not. It's not.
This is unique users. We have 8,000 simultaneous unique viewers at some points, for an aggregate over the 4 day period of almost 700 now, 690 something thousand viewers, which is phenomenal. Yeah. It's a huge reach.
And I think the reach has increased greatly. I was just checking the feed on my phone. This is my portable broadcast monitor here, and like you guys were saying, the closed captioning is really a phenomenal step forward this year. It really makes the content so much more accessible for people, even on an iPhone. You can even see the closed captioning on an iPhone, which is pretty great.
You know what? I'm not worried about it at all. Because of this, because of a success like this, I think the quality of the show is just going to continue to improve, right? We're just going to get better and better content, because we're going to get more and more people that is now eager to join. To your point earlier, when we started this, we had to beg people. Now they're asking us if they can be on the show, right? And we're going to get better and better and better content.
We've had on this very couch here, we've had, you know,
famous people,
very famous people. We've had, you know, we've had the event of the Steadicam. We've had, you know, Rodney Charters, who DP'd the whole of 24 up till now, and now Dallas. You know, we've had Bruce Logan. You know, working with people like Kubrick. It's amazing that we've had these top industry figures talking to us, but also the big manufacturers. Panasonic, Sony, Canon, you know, they're now coming to talk to us on the show. It's amazing.
That's great.
Do you remember that the first year we couldn't get Panasonic to come on? They said that they didn't have time for us, and now they're here. They want to be here, and that's proof in the concept. David, to what you were saying, I think this is what says it all, right? Double or nothing. This is the best in show for the booth. So, I mean, that lays it out.
You know what, Michael? You're going to need a bigger desk next year to make room for all the awards you're going to pick up. I don't know how you're going to fit them in here.
It's an amazing booth, though. I mean, you know, it's been great to work in here. It has got better. We've been doing this now how many years? 5 years?
4 or 5 years,
yeah. And you know, every year the booth has got bigger and better. But this is it. This definitely beats it all.
Without a doubt, and I'm so proud to be part of this. I know you guys are as well. It's really been a lot of fun. I love doing the Ustream and the translation and the closed captioning. I think that that's so terrific and brilliant. And you know, we were also syndicated on all sorts of different sites, planet5d.com. Was it on Newsshooter as well?
Of course.
It was on newsshooter.com, beterrific.com.
It was on livestream.com, it was on youtubelive.com.
And it was on Teradek.com as well. And in addition to that, I was told that the Ustream embed was also put on Drudge Report, Fox News, and
they linked
Huffington
it from
Post.
the NAB show main page.
Right, we had it on the homepage of Ustream and a bunch of other properties, like you said, and you know, I think that's just a testament to the power of internet video to really expand audiences and find people interested in your content, no matter where they may be when your content's going on.
It's terrific. So congratulations to all you guys, and thank you for letting me be part of it and having this wonderful team that's putting it all together, the wonderful production staff, and we've stepped up the production every year, which has been tremendous. Everybody says this year, they're like, wow, you're using these cue ball robotic cameras, and the lights are great, and the set seems so much more roomy, and everything flows so much more smoothly. You know, they don't get to see what happens behind the scenes, but this crew works furiously behind the scenes, and I think we've made it easier on them too. You've got some really cool toys over there.
Yeah, I mean, I've been sitting here talking to manufacturers all week, and actually, nobody's asked me what I thought was cool. But I mean, it's been a very big. This has actually been probably the second most eventful NAB since I've been doing these, and we've had some stunning products, not least Sony's A7S, the small 4K capable camera, which is made a lot better when you add something like this. I mean, this is amazing. I think the Atomos recorder that they've made for the Sony camera is going to be a real hit. Being able to record 4K from a little camera like that and have a great monitor, standard media. Love it. Really love that. It's
really amazing. I love Atomos. You know, Jeremy Young always has the greatest products over there. I use their products, and like you said, the A7S, that is exactly made for the A7S because you've got this little camera.
And a great quality monitor as well. And I'm just going to talk over the end of the show. This is officially the end of the show. We should be... Yay! Yay! Yeah, and we're still working. We're still working.
Let's just go through it.
Although I'm union time, you know, it's
it's not over yet.
Damn it. Okay. Other big hit of the show for me, this little baby from Atomos. What is it called again? I forgot what it's called. They're $299 HD recorder. You know, it's just going to give a lot of people in the budget end of the market a lot of great images. Really, really love it, and I can't wait to get my hands on one of these.
Great for GoPros and quadcopters as well.
Yes. Other big things, we've had big cameras from Blackmagic, we've had big cameras from Aja. So the 4K revolution is definitely on. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm expecting that in the next year or two we'll see a lot of people shifting over to 4K. What that means for people like you, Nickel, will be very interesting. You know, how we're going to move all this data, what are we going to do with it? Great space to watch. But then we've had some really, really practical products. Now, I haven't had many bloggers, I haven't heard many people apart from us at Newsshooter talking about this, but this is actually revolutionary. This is from another Vitech company. It's from Sackler. They make tripods. They've made tripods for years and years and years.
The best tripods.
Yeah, and you know what? Tripod design hasn't changed that much in years and years and years and years. And there's always been a ball head with a screw at the bottom. You know, video tripod, to level it, you undo it. It took, you know, to do this, and then you reposition it, and then you do this, and you tighten it up. And every cameraman I know does that. How many times? I don't know, 100 times a day. You know, getting different shots. Now you have this. Goes on the bottom. Hold it together. Move your thing. Let go. It stays.
It's perfect.
I know it's simple, but it's
very elegant.
Very, very, very clever thinking. So to me, that's one of the greatest things in the show. It's probably one of the least expensive gadgets in the show, and I it's called the Sackler speed level clamp, and I can't wait to get my hands on one of those.
I think that's correct, and I'm all about speed and efficiency and traveling light, and I think that is perfect for that. It makes it easier, and it's so much better. Exactly what you're saying, unscrewing that thing, and then you get it, and you don't screw it tight enough, and it slides over, and you're like, oh, and you got to start all over, so that's perfect.
Yeah, reinventing the wheel, perfect. Yeah. Brushless gimbals back again this year, but what I like about them, this one is the G2 from Defy. Smaller, much more accessible. You know, people now on very small budgets can get great results. Of course, they can hook them up to monitors, but they can also hook them up to some very impressive transmission systems from the likes of Teradek. And for not too much money, you can be up and running, and not just up and running, you know, for fun. You could be doing live events, you could be doing news. I can see news and documentary guys running around with this. You know, they're not going to be running around with the big stuff we saw last year. You know, but this, you know, I mean, you know, pick it up. I mean, anybody can do that. You know,
my left hand.
Yeah. See, so that's great. And then last top gadget for me at the show. Again, it's all about taking things that are perhaps not that ergonomic and making them work. Practical stuff. Zacuto's new high definition EVF, really fantastic. I wish people who weren't here could actually experience how good this is when you look through it. It is amazing. And then turning a camera like the C300, which has been around for a while, which is not that ergonomic if you want to use it for a long time, you know, kitting it out with stuff like this, so you can just sort of throw it on your shoulder, you know, and be shooting for hours. It's the small stuff. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's applying very good basic logical thinking to a product that exists and transforming it from something that's hard to use into something you could use all day long, and you can see everything really clearly. It's great. That is quite possibly the best shoulder rig I've ever seen.
It's fantastic. You know, I've said every year here that I don't understand why somebody doesn't build a shoulder rig with the hand grip like that, like we would have for a traditional video camera. And the way they've set it up exactly with the EVF is perfect. I'm really, really impressed by that product.
Yeah, and I think, you know, great effort by Zacuto, but it's good that other manufacturers, a lot of the emphasis this year or certainly on the acquisition side has been on practicality, and we're seeing it from people like Teradek as well. You know, you're taking products that are becoming slightly more mature. They get slight technological advances, but they're getting a hell of a lot of usability improvements, and I think for me as a user, that's a really, really good thing. You know, 4K, great. I can take it or leave it. Give me a camera that I can stick on my shoulder all day long and work with it and not fatigue. That's much more important to me.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think that's terrific. It really is tremendous. What do you think of Canon announced these PL and EF servo zoom lenses?
Again, a great thing. You know, if you're in the market for that sort of thing, if you're a broadcaster and you want to be doing Super 35, shallow depth of field, documentary, sports coverage, and you want to be able to operate stuff, yeah, it's great. But actually, this is also good too. They kind of do a similar thing.
Well, and this is a lot more reasonable for most people. That glass is going to be tremendously expensive, but the one thing about that is it's finally giving us the shallow depth of field for sports, and that's where I see it.
I mean,
really
there's one other thing. Sony on their booth, the big A7S was the big announcement, but they also previewed an upcoming 24 to I think 120 or 135 servo zoom in the NEX range, which is their intermediate range. You know, so you're going to see this technology. So it happens here at the $40,000, $30,000 mark, and then it trickles down, and what you're getting is it's good for the consumer. Eventually, that kind of ergonomics and that kind of technology is going to find its way down to the lower price point. I was really impressed with Sony's A7S. I didn't think I would like it, I really didn't, and when I got over there and I played with it and I saw what it was capable of doing, especially when you team it with the Atomos Shogun, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's awesome. It's going to be affordable and lightweight and small, and you can go anywhere with it, and you can do 4K RAW. Unbelievable.
I'm going to say my favorite was the parallax slider from Kessler.
That is a pretty cool.
The Kessler parallax is
really, really elegant,
and again,
really simple,
it's
but
practical
well executed.
Thinking about a product that's been out there for a while now. The slider. Oh, you know, you came here last year or the year before and go, oh, well, how can you reinvent the slider? And everybody would have gone, well, we don't know. And now out there's 2 or 3 companies with like a whole different take on sliders, and probably the best, in my opinion, is the Kessler one. So
the Kessler rig is definitely very nice, the Paralux, and I love how it moves. It's just beautiful, and a lot of people have been talking about it as I walk the halls. Do you see the Kessler? You see the Kessler, so it's cool. David, what did you take away from NAB?
Well, so you know, being a streaming media guy, a lot of the things that caught my attention were some interesting evolutions in streaming codecs, because you know the path to getting really high quality content and getting 4K onto people's screens, particularly their mobile screens, involves making the codecs more efficient so that we can get high quality pictures to them with the same amount of data payload. So I think that's totally cool in the right direction. And the other thing that caught my eye, because it solves a problem that we have all the time at Ustream, was the announcement by Skype of Skype TX, their broadcast interface for people who are using Skype as a contributing feed into their broadcast. And tons of our customers need to do that. They are putting together discussions that involve people in different places. They want to bring them in via Skype, capture that as part of their camera source setup, and then switch it into the matrix and put together their program that way. And to us, it's great that there's finally a solution for that.
It definitely is. I mean, Dan, you've done that for years. I've done that for years. But there's so much heavy lifting that goes and gets involved in that, and so that the fact that it's integrated or going to be integrated is tremendous. Guys, it's been amazing. It's sad. I'm seeing everybody start to pack up, and I kind of get like a little sentimental. I can't wait till next year. It's been fun. I can't believe it's over already.
We'll just have to do it again.
We will. Thank you so much to you guys for making it happen. Dan Chung, David Gibbons, and Nick Vareem from Teradek. Of course, the wonderful crew here. They're all amazing. They've done such a great job. Peter Poon, Michael Gelling. Michael Gelling works behind the scenes. He is the unsung hero of this. Nobody ever gets to hear his name or find out what he does. Come on up, Michael.
Take a bow. Come on.
This guy puts this whole thing together.
He's the real brains behind this whole operation.
This is Michael Gelling. Michael and I have become such great friends through the years. We met over an initial phone call. Hey, does this thing really work? For Teradek, and he assured me it did, and boy did it ever. And now we're here years later, and he puts this whole thing together. He does such a great job. Michael, thank you very much, and I know that the viewers thank you too.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, time is our most precious resource, and it's the best gift you could ever give somebody, so I really appreciate you tuning in and giving us a chance to give you the best coverage here from NAB Live 2014. We'll be back again next year, of course, from IBC and all sorts of other stuff, so keep checking in. Go to Teradek.com. It's a great company. Find out more, and find out when the next live broadcast of a convention like this is. I'm Michael Artsis. Thanks again for watching. Be terrific.